done, little buddy.
Raz 2 was 160, set for 495. It is 495.
All right, so, you know, the first thing I noticed when I got in was that the Raz pump was pumping way lower than it's actually set to. And that's usually a good indication that, you know, something's wrong. Probably got some leaves in there, plugged up with something. It needs to be pulled, it needs to be cleared up. So I grabbed the laser thermometer, check the temp. This is the Raz pump 2. I was getting the base temp on that one, which is also pretty high. I think it was 160 it said. And I went and checked Raz pump 1 that we were on, and that one's, you know, 10, 15 degrees higher at 172 and 173. And it's pumping way under what it was set to. You know, it was set to 450, 460, it was only pumping at 400. Not the end of the world, but we got to get it fixed. So I went upstairs, killed the power to it.
What?
Wondered why it took so long. Got a little confused. And then it turned off. It didn't actually turn that, see? Oh, all good. Lockout, tag out, you know. You got to follow the rules. Don't want to kill yourself, especially when you have your arm inside of a pump that could tear your hand apart. Well, no big deal. Code feral. Hashtag feral. Downstairs, kill it. Lockout, tag out. You know the process. Lock it up. Make it safe. It's all about safety with me. Anyone that looks at you, that looks at me, they see a guy and they're like, "That's a safe guy." So, anyways, here at work is this is a giant check valve right before this valve, this gate, this knife valve, and I'm gonna speed this up because boy, this takes a long time. But anyways, the check valve here does not hold very well. It is due to be upgraded, like most things are. These Raz pumps are due to be upgraded as well, but it is what it is. Thing takes forever to close, and it's hard to close too. So you got to get a wrench on it and start working away and sweating, and, you know, earning your money. I don't mind it. Something I probably should have grabbed a bigger wrench though, huh? Like, what am I doing? But anyways, this is always a process. If we were changing the other Raz pump, that check valve holds just fine. We wouldn't have to go through this struggle. But you can see here, perfect form, getting the wrench on, full body. It's not very fun doing just like a quarter turn at a time, but that's the way it is. And here I am thinking I have it closed enough. I don't. We'll find out. A little spoiler for you guys, I don't. Also, if you notice, there's a valve right to my right, which would be the influence side of this pump, that's still open as I go to work on this. Is that man, I'm like, my hair's thinning, I'm balding back here. Good Lord. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm gonna have to start wearing a hat. This is terrible. I've not seen that before. Anyways, I grabbed an adjustable wrench because that was what was closest, and I do not like adjustable wrenches, man. I hate these things. Every time you use them, they get all loose and sloppy. The head never really fits in anywhere good. I should have just grabbed a real wrench. I don't know what I'm doing. Here's me noticing the valves are open, and yeah, see, my genius. So I'm leaking everywhere. So I'm going to close this valve. I'm going to speed this up too. This one, not as bad. You can turn it with your hands. These ones are exercised a lot more, and they're smaller, so it's easier to operate. No big deal. Deal with some tendonitis here and there in the old forearms from doing this, lifting, doing jiu-jitsu, and it does get pretty annoying turning valves every once in a while. But, you know, that's what you get. Didn't go to college, you know? That's what you're gonna have to deal with. I don't know why my sunglasses are on. I'm in a basement. Like, Maybe I'm considering them safety sunglasses. I don't know. So now I'm cracking the just the vents, the little vent valves that we have, ball valves that vent off. I'm gonna crack this open the rest of the way. It's spraying all over. There's still a good amount of liquid in there. Usually let it drain nice and slow, and then you can pop the thing off without getting soaked, you know. But look, we found a little friend. There's a poop spider. I found a poop spider. He was trying to get out. I don't know where he came from. I felt bad he was going to get washed away.
Hi, little buddy.
Because it's about to get real messy in there. I thought he got out of the way here. I'm pretty concerned about this random spider, I guess. I'm going to open that up a little more, and then I'm going to wash the poor guy. Give him a bath. I'm trying to get him out with the stupid crescent wrench, and he curled up into a ball and like just floated away. And I tried to give him the old scooperoo. I think I got him out of there. I'm pretty sure he's safe, guys. I'm pretty sure. You know, you can leave a comment on the spider's fate. Is that how this works? Leave a comment in the comments. Let's talk about spiders. Thanks. Yeah, this is great. Call me Mr. Beast over here. This is a classic sanitary technique of just spray it into the drains. The drains all circulate back through to the tank drain, which then gets pumped back to headworks, and it goes back through the system. So, you know, that's not that'll all be retreated. It's sort of like return sludge the long way when you do it this way. Here's me screwing with this stupid crescent wrench again. Man, I really should have just got a real wrench. Now I'm going to do the patented 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, whoop. 1, 2, 1, 2, woohoo. Patented move here. Get the bolts out. Get them out of the way. Perfect posture on my spine. I definitely won't be feeling that. Yeah, look at that. Not a drop on me. No spills. No mess. No fuss. Well, I guess I put this in speed mode. Look at that. Fast as spring. Chuck that. Why is this flowing so much? That's what, you know, so as I said earlier, I thought I had the big valve closed pretty good, and I clearly don't. And my dumbass is still just going to be like, well, let's just start clearing the pump, even though it's clearly still having sewer backing through it. Not sewer, sludge at least. This would be the sludge on the bottom of the secondary clarifiers from this point here. So I'm reaching up in this volute, and there's definitely a bunch of stuff in there. I mean, that was a big pile of rags, and leaves get into this one a lot. Not in the spring, not so much, but usually in the fall we get tons of leaves caking in. Just get blown around the yard. But there was also a bunch of this this felt. Like the felt canvas stuff you put down under bark mulch and on top of like yards and stuff, the like weed paper, the weed blocker stuff, and I don't know why there's so much in there, or what has like accumulated up inside this volute over the months that has felt like it's turned into that material. But man, it was caked in there, kind of like paper mache up along the edges, all wrapped up under the inside of the gaps of where the volute spins and the cutting blade, and it like molded to the inside form of the volute itself, which was hard to get any grip on. I was trying to peel it with my fingers and just wouldn't come off. Like, couldn't get a good purchase, and it's at such an odd angle. So you can get your hand in and then it goes straight up, and then you can spin the volute around in there and reach inside of it, but it's really awkward to make a grip on there. So that's always the thing you're dealing with. At least I've noticed, is that like you can a lot of times get on the stuff in there, but it's really hard to get any purchase to pull on it or get any leverage on it. So here I am grabbing the actual big wrench. I'm going to try to reef this down a little harder so I stop getting so much stuff pouring through. Probably should have just did that from the start, but That's what you get for being lazy. So now I'm digging up in there more. I got a pair of like a weird angled needle nose pliers. And kind of get up there and just start. I'm scraping around and trying to just grab what I can and get it loosened enough to pull it out. I got little chunks at a time here. I think I got nervous the camera wasn't going. I just wanted to double check. I've done this a few times where I thought I was recording doing this, and then I clear the pump and put it all back together, and I check the camera, and it's like recorded 2.5 seconds of it for some reason. And then I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, maybe I should reclog this pump, and then I could then I'm like, man, that's crazy thought. Like, that's crazy. You're not gonna just wait for it to get clogged again. It'll happen. We got a pump station across town where everyone we keep pulling out like 7 pairs of young kids' underwear, like small or a very small person's underwear who likes cartoons. Constantly jammed up in the pump. Like what? Who's got the budget? Who's got the budget for this? I don't know. I haven't bought new underwear in years. I got the same 3 pairs. Wash them every 3 weeks. The 4th pair is my special period pair that I only wear during my period. If I had a period, I wear it in like solidarity with women who have theirs. You know, like I don't have mine. I had a vasectomy. I don't get a period anymore. Yeah. So I'm getting some more of it out. I'm getting towards the end here, I think. Like, it's starting to feel clean. I'm reaching up, I'm spinning the volute with my hand, trying to get every side of it, trying to make sure it's fully clear. Because even a little bit of stuff in there can really start some cavitation and cause problems with flow, and creates like a ripple effect where, I mean, it's going to be tearing the thing apart. I had to take a phone call. It's not going to sound like a break to you guys, I understand. I got a phone call from the sludge tanker hauler guy. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to do a voiceover for a video, man. Can you call it another time? I'm very busy right now. Yeah, but just still pulling the stuff out, man. It was caked in there really bad. I'm surprised we were getting as much flow as we were with how much stuff was in this pump. It's wild. Leaves and chunks of it, and just it's annoying, man. I feel like half the job is just clearing stuff out of pumps. Like, should there be more bar screens? Should there be grinders or something attached? I don't know. That was one of the pieces that was like molded to the edges and sides of it. Brutal. Just brutal. Yeah, I'm like trying to get up in the top edge of it. It's about as far as my arm can go. Start getting really wedged in there. But I'm like peeling it with my fingertips, just hoping there's nothing sharp in there. That's always the other fun thing. Like, you squeeze too hard in a pile of that stuff, you're always a little concerned, like, what is going to be in this pile that could cut me? I mean, it's like, boy, I don't want to get cut in there, you know? But, what are you going to do? Grab some sort of horrible disease and lose my whole arm? That'd be a pretty sick medical payout, maybe. I don't know what the percentage is on, like, losing a hand to bubonic plague rot. Probably like 12%. Not enough. Yeah, still just digging away. Scraping again. Trying to get it peeled open so I can get a little grip on it. This was more exciting. Oh, look, I'm yawning watching my own thing. This was more exciting when I was in the middle of doing it, I guess. I'm gonna readjust, get back in there, reset. Yeah, just stuff, man. It's always a surprise of what's going to come out of one of these things. It's not always a surprise, I guess. It's really always the same stuff. A weird mass of cloth material of wipes and weird toilet paper and rags and t-shirts that get thrown down, and a bunch of tampon applicators are always in there, and condoms don't break down. Jeez. Which is, I mean, I guess a good thing for at the time, but making headway. Trying to clear out the stuff in the bottom so it doesn't just get sucked right back up. And here I've decided, you know what? I've got it. Nailed it. That thing's clean. Let's do the old sterilize the yuck hook, the gunk splatter. Clean that all out. Make sure it's all good. Give a rough spray down, get stuff out of the way. I'm going to get the gasket back on and make sure I have this facing the right way, and pop this cap back in, screw the bolts back in. Man, that bald spot, it's terrible. Someone's going to tell. No one's told me about this? Oh, man. Brutal. Oh, look at it. Oh, no. This is awful. I'm going to change the title of this video to Midlife Crisis. What the hell's going on in the back of my head? I'm going to have to get on some vitamins or something. Good Lord. Here I am, finger tightening these in before I use my stupid crescent wrench to, adjustable wrench to tighten these down. Why did I not just grab a wrench? Stupid. I do a lot of things, I feel like, and then by the time I'm done, and I'm too stubborn, like, oh, there's a better way to do this, I'm being stupid, and then I'm too stubborn to change it, I just keep doing it, I don't know. A lot of self-reflection going on when you just watch one of these. This is my first time doing this, by the way. I've never did the voiceover thing. I hope it comes out alright. Learn a little bit every time I make one of these how much more is involved than I thought there would be. I've been sitting on this for like 2 weeks trying to piece it together. Just been using it on my phone. I should stop yawning during it. That would help. I've just been editing on my phone. I realize I gotta put this stuff on the computer. It'd be a lot easier. But that's a whole other thing to learn. Yeah, throw the gloves in the pile of yuck. Now we're back on to... Why is this... I don't know what happened here. Oh, I just exploded this wrench. This is a weird cut. I should put this... I don't know why this is in here. So that was the little wrench I was using in the beginning. A little aluminum pipe wrench. I shattered it. I mean, I'm not using it the right way when you're reefing on a valve like that. Like, that's it's sideways, right? That's not the way it has the most strength, whatever. But it was still very surprising to see the aluminum housing just shatter like that. Also, it smashed into right at the top of my hand, and the damn thing hurt for like a week. All bruised up. Idiot I am. There's another fun video of me having now opened this stupid valve. This damn check valve, man. Like, I cannot wait for this upgrade. It's not going to even start until the end of the year, if that. And then God knows how long it'll take. And then every time we do an upgrade at the plant, it becomes this huge issue of like spending a whole year of dealing with all the new problems that have arisen from the new stuff that's supposed to help the old problems. Love that, by the way. Still dealing with the stuff from phase 1, 2, and 3 of this thing. Should have sped this up a lot more. Making me yawn. I'm yawning again, watching myself reef this open. So you see, it did went a little easier opening it at least, and because it just got exercised. But using this 2.5 footer, 2 footer, whatever this is, oh, what a dream! Should have did this from the start. It's like I said with the other thing, like with the adjustable wrench. Why didn't I just do that? So I've got my gasket back on and closed. The pump's closed up. I've got the overfills, the relief valves closed. I've got that valve opened. So we should have flow from the clarifier into the pump now. So I'm gonna, pop off my lockout, throw the knife valve, the knife switch back on, so there's power down here. Head upstairs. Turn it on in the electrical room. I probably put that away, right? Yeah, wipe that off, put that away. Follow the rules. I'll throw the switch back on in the electrical room, which is then going to power up the VFD. The way this whole thing is crazy, like, I can't just put that, I can't set that to off in our SCADA system. I have to physically turn it off, which is good. I mean, I don't want to accidentally click that off. It's kind of important to have the RAS pumps going. This is me just making sure the hertz come up on the VFD the way they're supposed to. I'm going to head back over and double check. A lot of times you have to go down there and prime it with the RAS pumps. You got to prime it, let the air come out of it, like crack those relief valves. They'll get airbound or something, and it doesn't always work right off the bat. So here I went downstairs. It's still sitting there. I have it set to 500. I went downstairs to start cracking the relief valves and getting the air out, and it took right off. Look at that. Check valve went right up. Pump's pumping. Don't have to do much. It's been spinning for a little bit here. I want to check the temperature now. With fresh water flowing through it, not having to push as hard because there's no giant, massive rags and stuff it has to go through. I believe it was down to 130. It was a marked improvements. And here I am saying, I have it set to whatever, and the pump's going to come right up. I think I set it to 495. You'll watch this pop right up to 495. 455. Oh, apologies. Wouldn't want to lie. So the way the VFD works, it kind of brings the pump up real high, and then it's gonna settle down and hunt for that gallons per minute number that we're looking for. So I'm just going around checking it now, making sure it's moving right, able to pump what we set it to. We can only pump 500 gallons per minute out of those, which isn't ideal. That's part of the upgrade. We get some bigger RAS pumps and be able to try to get a lot more return, a higher return percentage on our process would help, I believe. But that's not here right now, so deal with what we got and work with what we have. I don't know if I'm just blathering on here now. I guess I am. But there's 3 ways. I should really cut this part out. Shit. Where'd it go? Motherfucker. Alright. Yeah, so this is our daily number sheet, and I'm just showing the RAS numbers for that pump. When it's pumping all day at whatever we set it at, it's been set to the same thing for a little while. So 662, what is that, million gallons per day, 0.662, whatever it is. That's been higher, like where it's used to. And you can see it dropped by 20 the next day, and then it dropped by another 60. One of the ways to tell like a pump is clogged or not doing what it's supposed to is if you haven't changed the settings and it's not pumping anywhere near as much as it was, it's probably not going good. Another way to tell is by checking the temperature of the pumps themselves. Operating smoothly should be a lot closer to that number than the other number. 130 is a little nicer. Usually you can tell just by putting your hand on it. So yeah, there's 2 or 3 pretty solid ways to check and see or know right away when a pump isn't operating the way it should. You have your settings on the computer. If those aren't matching up to the flow, there's a good one. your daily numbers are going down when you know you haven't changed the settings. That's one that we check. And then the temperature of the pump itself. Usually you can just put your hand near it and know, like, that's way hotter. Like, at least that's the three I know. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's simpler ways. I'm sure there's better ways. Love to improve. But anyways, that's my video of clearing out a RAS pump. If you liked it, drop a like and leave a comment on how to do these funner, more betterer. I'll try to record more stuff that happens at work when I can. It's not always easy, but it's kind of fun to do. I like to talk it out, and more people in the trade love to expand, learn how things are done, do everything better. I want everything to just keep getting better. So that's the goal.